Hi, I want to talk a little bit about learning from experience, also known as the portfolio approach. Broadly, there are, as I see it, three elements that we might define as learning: information, knowledge, and wisdom. We collect information, we gain knowledge, and we discover wisdom. First of all, information. There's little doubt that we have at our fingertips more information available to us than there has ever been. But information is not knowledge. It may or may not be true. It's likely to be based on opinions, even intended disinformation. And if it's unfiltered, it may cause as much harm as it does good. The collection of information is not good or bad in itself, and for the inquiring mind can lead to the acquisition of knowledge, but it's worse than useless if it's neither verified nor internalized. There are those who have a vast cache of information, and they could appear to be educated and knowledgeable and still be lacking the core ingredient of understanding. And information changes, of course. I recall being taught in my first economics class that the Earth's resources were infinite, and all economics were based on that fact. Well, we know how false that premise is and the crisis it's brought us into. Secondly, knowledge. The gaining of knowledge takes place over time, usually with considerable application to studying multiple sources of information and the making of connection between those sources. Real knowledge has been internalized, allowing the individual who has it to become expert in that particular field of understanding. Just as information by itself is not knowledge, knowledge, even in a range of differing fields, is not wisdom. I once taught team development to a class of nuclear physicists. I didn't understand most of what they talked about between themselves, and they had little notion of how to interact on a human level with each other. And thirdly, wisdom. This, I believe, is the highest level of our search for understanding. It cannot be taught. It cannot be learned. And yet, I believe it is inherent within each of us. Our path to wisdom is, therefore, a unique one and a journey of discovery. Few take the path, believing that wisdom comes from collecting information or gaining knowledge. As demonstrated through the time capsule, the moment of wisdom comes when we connect our authentic child, emotional self with the thinking adult self. Learning from experience is based on the belief that our wisdom lies within, and that when we tap into our experiences of life, we may discover that wisdom. When I explored a project I headed up years ago, entailing the provision of accommodation to hundreds of young visitors to London with a team of youth volunteers from different parts of Europe and the UK, it revealed to me strengths I never realized I had. More important, it helped change my inner message that I had no special creative abilities. Learning from experience may appear on the face of it to be a method designed to help people to build their own portfolios of strengths drawn from their prior experiences. But it's really a way for them to discover within themselves their own deep and unique wisdom of life and who they are. And that's my learning from experience discussion with you today.